Leafs finally beat the Sharks in San Jose for the first time since 2011. I'm in such a good mood. Can you please just promise me you're not going to do anything stupid to ruin it? I promise. Hi! Victory Puppy! I have no idea what I'm doing. God, this team is ruining my life! Victory Puppies, boys! Here's your treat! Doodle, doo 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 doo. Here's another one for you! Oh yeah! Charlie, I forgot you don't know how to count. Let's go! The coffee is good! And so are the Leafs! Yeah! Iggy, I'm kind of doing a thing, bud. I gotta shoot the rest of the video. Give me this, Charlie. No! Swimming to victory. The Leafs win! 5-3! Hockey bum, I'm working on it. Folks, the coffee is good. I've been staying up late for how long? All week! And the Leafs are making it worth it. And I'm tired, but grateful, but tired. And you ever heard of caffeine? Leafs win their first game in San Jose since January 2011. Now, if you didn't watch my videos back then, good, they were bad. As opposed to now, when it's all mature quality content. Here's a clip from my recap of the last time that the Leafs beat the Sharks in San Jose.
Another delicious snow cake. I hope nobody takes Arr!
And for Sharks fans, they've had nothing but bad news lately, but this is good news. Patrick Marleau getting his 16th of the season. First of those 4 penalties. Colton Orr goes off for kneeing Logan Couture. And the big question after the game was it intentional? And Couture, one of the NHL's hottest rookies, certainly a Calder candidate, leaving the game and did not return. And you never want to see any player go down like that, let alone a rookie, but apparently it's just a deep bruise. You know hockey's a tough sport when you can say something like just a deep bruise. But speaking of rookies, James Reimer and the Leafs penalty kill were fantastic killing off the penalties. Leafs facing 21 shots in the second period. Blackjack! And keep in mind, the Leafs are killing these off without a key penalty killer, Frederick Schustrom, in the lineup. He only played 3 minutes in this one. He left pretty banged up. The Sharks finally solved Reimer after a frustrating second period. Patrick Marleau with his second of the game, again assisted by Joe Thornton. And it's a good thing Marleau scoring because Danny Heatley was completely neutralized against the Leafs, with Luke Schenn rocking him and Dion Phaneuf absolutely destroying him. And with that, Ron Wilson, who sits 7th all-time in wins, wins his 600th NHL game as head coach in the Shark Tank. And James Rhymetime, Buster Rhymes, Optimus Rhyme, James Reimer, wow! He stopped 40 of 42 in this one. He's only allowed 10 goals in 5 starts so far this season. Stopped 178 of 188 shots for a .947 save percentage and a 1.92 goals against average. Now, with Jaguar coming back, to carry 3 goalies would be really weird, but how on earth do you send those numbers, those results down? Yeah, it was a long time ago. I gotta take this off. You wouldn't believe how hot it is. Oh, God! Go to the bathroom, relax. Better. That was a fantastic hockey game, worth staying up for, and if you didn't stay up for it, here's what you missed. The Sharks send Barclay Goodrow out to take the opening face-off against Nazem Kadri. Goodrow's getting in his face, all this male posturing, like, I'm not gonna cross my half of center. It's like you have to for the game to start. And I assume the ref warned him like seconds before. They drop the puck, he keeps going, and 8 seconds in, I'm surprised it even took that long, Goodrow gets a penalty for roughing on Kadri. Ensuing power play, the Leafs are clearly having difficulty with it. San Jose very aggressive. As the man advantage is about to expire, the Leafs burst into the Shark zone. Tavares clearly looking for Marner, but Marner bails. Tavares goes around the net, throws the puck in front, off Vlasic and in. Thank you! Goodrow, bad penalty. The Leafs take a 1-0 lead. Thank you. This game made me realize something. Well, more so than I already knew. Teams, hate Nazem Kadri, because this was not the first incident of someone trying to get in his face. It happened at least 2 more times. And I'm sitting there and I'm about to tweet, you know Nazem Kadri is a pest when a team in the Pacific hates his guts. But then it was like, wait, there's the Canucks and the Oilers and the Flames sort of, oh boy, Nazem. He's making some friends all around the league. And it occurred to me that Nazem Kadri might be a bit of a jerk. But he's our jerk. Thank you very much. 1-0 Leafs lead. Little over 5 minutes in, the Sharks still looking fast, still looking speedy. They got a tie. Karlsson dumps it in. Freddie even points because he thinks the puck is going around. It ends up bouncing right back in front. Kevin Labanc gets no. Well, that sort of makes the dumb call off the top a wash, doesn't it? Labanc takes advantage of the Labanc. The Sharks tie it up. And by the way, Freddie Anderson has never won a game in that building, which was stunning to me because he used to play for the Ducks. How? It's funny. I wonder if Karlsson did that on purpose. Hockey's constantly evolving. You come up with something, teams find a way to get rid of it. Within the past couple of weeks, we've seen a couple bank shots shot passes off the boards. Now, looking at this play, it does look like a bit of a fluke. Carlson didn't put it straight off the boards. But if I was him, I'd be telling people I did it on purpose. A few minutes later, Timo Meyer goes at Nazem Kadri. Kadri goes back, and this time it's a 4-on-4. They just love him there. Little 4-on-4 hockey. Evander Kane trying to break into the Leaf zone. Travis Dermott. Anga! Little musketeer poke up the ice to Patrick Marleau, who's a Leaf, by the way. It's a Leafs rush, pretty much 2-on-2, but any Leafs rush that's 2-on-2 with Kasperi Kapanen quickly turns into a 2-on-1, and guess what? Marleau Cappy, thank you! Marleau's 8th assist, Kapanen's 7th goal, and the Leafs are up 2-1. And this might be a bit of a stretch because it was offsetting minors, but the Leafs score again with the Shark player in the box because of Nazem Kadri. You know Naz is sitting in there like, buddy, I could do this all night. Unfortunately for the Leafs, the coffee in both dressing rooms must have been good. Still 4-4, the Sharks buzzing. Freddie coming up with a big save, but oh no. Riley takes a call, it's a 4-on-3. Carlson has the puck, that's unfair. Hands it to Brent Burns, also unfair. Joe Pavelski's chilling behind Zaitsev and Hainsey like, you guys get a scouting report or? Pavelski and the Sharks making it look a little too easy, and it's no wonder why. That's his 11th already. It's getting late in the ridiculous high-flying neck break speed first. The longer this period goes on, the more I'm like, oh, they play tomorrow too, eh? And this upcoming goal was not good. Another tic-tac-toe, this time it's Meyer to Pavelski to Vlasic. Oh, Vlasic's second goal of the game, albeit first for his team, and first of the season, giving the Sharks a 3-2 lead. I don't know if you can blame any one person, this was just a mess. Ron Hainsey getting caught completely flat-footed, Riley not looking the best either, and the Leafs outnumbered them. Hainsey and Riley had Hyman and Marner in there with them. Just feels like a little more conversation would have resulted in better action. In the end result, Vlasic turnstiling Hainsey so bad he should have ripped his ticket stub. Number 2, to your left. Rest in peace, James Loder, Morningside Theater. If you gotta ask, you're not from Scarborough. I'll link to a story about him down below if you're curious. So the Leafs down 3-2 to the Sharks after one period of play. Sharks out shooting the Leafs 16-12. That's just shots on goal. And right away, I'm like, man, the Sharks do not seem like a fun team to play on the front half of a back-to-back. And then I'm like, well, would you rather play them on the second half of a back-to-back? No, that sounds like a fun way to get an automatic loss. Lots of speed, lots of snarl, dope jerseys. It's a great combo. Early in the second period, let me know if you had this in your pool. Brent Burns pinches, gets stripped of the puck by Freddie Gauthier. Burns had no forward support for the pinch, so Tyler Ennis takes off. It's a 2-on-1. Ennis over to Levo at the blue line, just onside. Levo's got possession. Yes, be Levo! Levo with the snipe, as good as it's gonna get. His second of the season. The Leafs tie the game up. Just Ennis' second assist of the season. Gauthier, that little deflection of that Burns pass, his first point of the season, finally. Oh, Levo, man, like, that's just patience paying off, finally. Levo might have a top 5 shot on this team. In practice, in games, it just has not been happening, dude. Finally, I'm glad to see the fourth line getting rewarded because I've liked their hustle lately. The Leafs have a tie game now. Now, earlier I talked about how the Sharks were relentless, and specifically, I talked about how their penalty kill was super aggressive. Well, Sharks power play, Pavelski with the puck at the point, a split second's hesitation, tries to do a little chip pass off the boards. Marner says, Mountain Dew, not even think about it! And this is why I love Kasperi Kapanen so much. The pass hasn't happened yet, but Kapanen reads it and is gone. And even Erik Karlsson is just head down looking at his skates like, I think word has gotten out around the league that you're not catching that guy. Although looking at the replay, Karlsson could have maybe hustled a little bit more. Kapanen on what I think is his 90th breakaway of the year. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Kasperi Kapanen with the T-Pain. Shouty! I've been trying to make that a thing for like half a decade. I don't think it's gonna work. Kapanen scoring a shorthanded goal to put the Leafs up 4-3 in the second period on the road. This feels oddly familiar. Has this ever happened before? Let me think. You're right, it hasn't. But what about that time? That time you minded your damn business? Sorry, the coffee is a little bit too good. This play didn't result in a goal, but I want to shout it out just because. Brendan Dillon gives the puck to a streaking Marc-Edouard Vlasic, who's attacking the Leaf zone. Gauthier's right beside him, whacks it off his stick. The newly turned over loose puck goes to Josh Levo, who sends it up to Tyler Ennis, makes a great move, stopped by the blocker of Martin Jones, but just another good little a little defensive play, a little defensive stick from Freddie Gauthier. Listen, he's been a bit of a point of contention in Leafs Nation. Look, when everyone's healthy and the Leafs' fourth line center is Per Lindholm, who's been great, it's gonna be fun. But man, you can't deny that Gauthier's been alright. At least admit this. Gauthier has been better than you thought. Man, he's been better than I thought. Now, I mean, it's easy to overachieve when you have low expectations, but I've been pleasantly surprised by Freddie Gauthier. What he lacks in natural talent, he at least sort of makes up for by being responsible. Third period, I'm like, please just close this out nice and easy because they got a game tomorrow. Nope, it's a track meet. Hyman with a wide open attempt at the breakaway. Yeah, no! goal! That's like the third post on the inside of the post the Leafs have had in a week. Freddie's just pushing that groin to the brink. Kasperi trying to be hat-trick, then no! And then with about 6 minutes to go, Freddie Anderson with the puck, and what is he doing? Generally speaking, I don't like when goalies handle the puck, especially you, Freddie. What are you doing? And somehow the puck lands right on the stick of Mitch Marner. What's he gonna do? Oh! Oh my god, that guy's a playmaker! Mitch, why'd you have to do him like that? You owe him 2 Christmas presents, you know that. I love you, Mitch. My friends, the Mountain Dew is good as well. The Leafs are up 5-3. Marner's 6th goal of the season, which is hilarious because if he wanted to, he could have more. He just doesn't. And Freddie Anderson with the primary 5-on-5 assist. And check this out. So far, that gives him more primary 5-on-5 assists than Patrick Laine. Denmark's the spot. Freddie bringing the Dane, and the Leafs have a 2-goal cushion that Freddie basically had to guard with his life for the rest of the game because the Leafs got outshot 15-5 in the third. Score effects had some effect on this game. The Leafs were only getting outshot by 1 heading into the period. And the Sharks are banging away. Hits with 32-19. Evander Kane was kind of needling Freddie all night. And then Melker Karlsson, that's actually a surprisingly hard name to say. Melker Karlsson. First, I have to do someone else's voice to say that name. Melker Karlsson. He's just saying hello to Nazem Kadri, right? That's why no penalty's been called. Hey, you ever say hi to your buddy just like, what's up, man? So he's literally just beating Kadri up. So Kadri's like, I guess I'll punch back. And that makes the punches like 4 or 5-1. So the ref's finally like, all right, guys, break it up. But not before Kadri goes, give me that stupid thing. You're not even your team's best, Karlsson. He didn't say that. I made up that last part. And listen, Sharks fans, before you go thinking I'm just defending Kadri blindly, I know the kind of player he is. And believe me, if he wasn't on my team, I'd hate his guts. But he is. And yeah, there was the Thornton's beard thing. Which, by the way, that incident happened off the opening face-off of a game last year, so if you wanted to deal with it, you could have done it then. All night, the Sharks were messing with Kadri, and Kadri wasn't doing anything. Was he saying something? That's not out of the question, I'll give you that. But the Sharks' clear intent was to mess around with Kadri and get him in the box all night. And I just wish the ref was doing a better job enforcing what was going on before Kadri got dragged into it. Like Meyer and Kadri getting tangled up and put in the box, whatever, I don't mind that much. That's Kadri, who's the team's second-line center, and he's been pretty hot lately with Timo Meyer, who's the Sharks' second leading scorer and leading goal scorer. But they send Barclay Goodrow after him off the opening faceoff. That guy's got 3 points. And then late in the game, he's dealing with Melker Karlsson, who's only got 1. With fighting, you often hear, well, the players gotta police the game. No, that's the ref's job. But the other side of that is the refs don't always do that. And I know it's a tight game and it's the third period and you're in front of the home crowd, but when a player is punched in the head repeatedly, what did you expect them to do? Like, you watch enough of something, your brain sort of gets trained to expect certain things to happen. And I'm watching this, Karlsson's giving Kadri the rabbit shots, and my brain automatically goes, oh, they're both going off. Kadri hadn't even done anything yet. I just knew it was gonna happen because that's the way things are. Maybe identify the situation a little quicker and look at the player doing it to Kadri and go, that's a bad trade. Anyway, yada yada yada, Freddie shuts the door. Leafs win the game. Freddie continuing to be one of the best goalies in the league. Leafs improved to 6-3 without Austin Matthews. 13-6 on the season. None of that with William Nylander. And now they get the second half of a back-to-back. Ooh, against the Anaheim Ducks. Good one, Randy. Please don't let Randy win. A couple things to look for. I'm sort of wrapping this up quickly because the battery is dying, but Trevor Moore might make his NHL debut in this one. I don't know yet because it's too early in the morning. And Garrett Sparks should get the start. The Ducks are the second worst offensive team in the league. Garrett, come on, buddy. Questions I can't do because the battery's dead. So, extra long question period tomorrow. How about that? Oh, gee, Sharks fans, if I were you, I'd feel really confident in your team. Erik Karlsson's not going to have 0 goals forever. Your team looks amazing and fast, and once they click, which apparently they haven't yet, and Martin Jones gets his confidence back because it doesn't seem like he has that much, they're going to be a cup contender, clearly. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Pre-order the book down below. Holy smokes. The coffee was good.